I love his plays because they're an escape into something deeply romantic and deeply like heightened and very unapologetically theatrical. And it's almost like Shakespeare, it's very heightened, but there's a lovely poetry to the language and a musicality to it, which is very seductive.
I think people get a thrill out of hearing his poetry whilst he hits the nail on the head when it comes to humans and their struggles in life.
I think it's like any great dramatist, from Shakespeare, when dramatists talk about the truth of humanity, the truth of how we live our lives, the truth of how we behave, then their work continues in perpetuity.
I think like the women in the play are really interesting because it says a lot about how women were treated then, and obviously it draws parallels to how they're treated now. And I think people like to think things have changed or moved forward in a big way, but they haven't as much. And I think it's good to look back at plays that were made however many years ago to see that there are massive parallels. So I think it's important. If you want to move forward, you have to look back, that sort of thing.
I think that there's something in the air at the moment to do with female stories, young people's stories, this sort of sense of pressure and isolation that young people can feel.
It's interesting how his plays are set in a specific time, as Shakespeare's were, set in a specific time, but those truisms about human behaviour carry on forever.